Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax hate this letter, but ChatGPT wrote it. This person's credit score, 175 points. And here's what happened. This person had 46 items across all three bureaus. I gave ChatGPT this exact prompt, and it wrote a dispute letter that was so airtight that 5 accounts got deleted within 30 days. Not a template, not some generic free letter. This was personalized, targeted, and backed by the law. And guess what? The credit bureaus didn't even respond. They just deleted the accounts. In this video, I'll show you the exact ChatGPT prompt I used, what the letter said, and how you can copy it word for word for word. And if you're tired of getting ignored or denied, this changes everything. Hold on, before we get into the process, let's talk about what not to do, right? First and foremost, stop claiming identity theft if you're not a victim.
Identity theft is not a joke, Jim.
If you claim identity theft, they're probably going to temporarily remove the account from the report. Then, once they realize it's actually used, actually your account, they're going to put it back on your report, and most likely it's going to stay on your report longer than ever. The second most important thing is stop saying it's not yours, because they can easily prove it's yours, right? Once they verify your information and things like that. So, don't make sense create a letter saying it's not yours. The third thing you want to do is stop using Credit Karma to dispute, right? Yes, disputing online works. If you dispute with Experian, TransUnion, Equifax, you probably get some things off your report. But what you want to use is a letter, right? You want to create a letter, and we're going to talk about creating a specific letter and using and sending it certified to Experian, to TransUnion, to Equifax. Here's why. When you send it certified to them, that means they're on the clock to actually do an investigation, all right? And most of the times when you dispute online, usually don't do an investigation, right? So you want to actually create a letter, print it off, get it certified, and send it, all right? Send it to Experian, TransUnion, Equifax. And yes, some of your accounts will come back verified, but we're going to talk about that as well. But most importantly, you don't want to be doing these other things that most likely not going to help you get any results, all right? I got you. I'm gonna break it down step by step for you. So let's talk about the specific laws first, and then we're going to talk about the process so you can understand where I'm coming from, and I'm going to help you knock the credit bureaus out. Hold on. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you get something to drink, all right? So now that you got your drink, now let's talk about these specific laws first, right? You got to understand the laws. Now, I'm not a lawyer. I'm just here to show you your rights so you can leverage your rights to knock the credit bureaus out, right? Because Experian, TransUnion, Equifax like to play crazy. So first and foremost, 15 USC 1681E, right? Compliance and procedures. Click on that, right? Now, once you click on compliance and procedures, then you want to scroll down to B, right? Accuracy of report. And as you can see right here, got y'all, whenever a consumer reporting agency, Experian, TransUnion, Equifax, and anybody else, right, prepares a consumer report, it shall follow reasonable procedure to assure maximum possible accuracy of the information concerning the individual about whom the report relates. Now, let me ask you a question. Does this account look like it's assuring maximum possible accuracy? You already know the answer, right? This account is not assuring maximum possible accuracy, right? Now, let's go to another specific law. I got y'all, right? I'm gonna break it down so you can understand and you can leverage your rights. All right, 15 USC 1681I. All right, let's get into it. Procedure in case of disputed accuracy. All right, now I want you to go down to number 5. All right, and once you go down to number 5, and as you can see right here, treatment of inaccurate or unverifiable information. All right, so if after, this is what they're supposed to, when you send your letter in, this is what they're supposed to do. If after any reinvestigation under paragraph 1, any information disputed by a consumer, which is you, a item of the information is found to be inaccurate or incomplete or cannot be verified, the consumer reporting agency shall promptly delete the item of the information from the file of the consumer, or keyword modify the information as appropriate based on the results of the reinvestigation, and promptly notify the furnisher of the information that the information has been modified or deleted from the consumer's file, right? So what they're supposed to do, what they have to do, these two things, modify it or delete it, right? And usually when you send that letter in, they're either supposed to modify the account, they're supposed to fix these things right here, fix these discrepancies, make sure they're 100% accurate, or delete the account. Now, I usually request to get the account removed from the file. We're not trying to modify anything, but it's their right to modify it. And let me let you know, they usually don't. So that's why you can leverage that. All right. Now let's go over to another specific law, because I got you. Before we talk about this is the process, but 15 USC 1681 S-2, right? Got y'all. So S-2, responsibilities of furnisher of information to consumer reporting agencies, right? To Experian, TransUnion, Equifax, and anybody else, right? Here are some of the things they're supposed to do, right? A person shall not furnish information relating to a consumer to any consumer reporting agency if the person has been notified by the consumer at the address specific by the person for such notices that the specific information is inaccurate and the information is in fact inaccurate, right? So they're not supposed to be furnishing this information on your report when you say, hey, this account is inaccurate, right? All right, got y'all. Now, let's talk about this one right here, 15 USC 1681C, right? Requirements related to information, all right? Now, I want you to go down to letter C, right here. Running of reported period. The 7-year period referred to in paragraph 4 and 6 of the subsection A shall begin, all right, with respect to any delinquent account that is placed for collection internally or by referral to a third party, whichever is earlier, right? Charged to profit and loss or is subject to any similar action upon the expiration of the 180-day period beginning on the date of the commencement of the delinquency which immediately preceded the collection activity, charged to profit and loss or similar action, right? So basically, what this specific law is saying that, hey, after 180 days, right, they have 7 years to report the specific account. And if that date is messed up, is reported inaccurately, that means that account's going to stay longer on your report, which means it's a violation of the Fair Credit Reporting Act, right? And as you can see, all these laws, with that one specific account, as you can see, they probably violated multiple laws, right? And let me show you now how to leverage ChatGPT to create your letter. But before we get into that, I want to show you this first, all right? So as you can see right here, here are the results of what I was talking about earlier, right? So this person got a 40-point increase, 75-point increase, and right here, a 60-point increase, right? And all together, that's 175-point increase. 5 items got removed, 46, as you can see. And we ain't playing, all right? So as you can see, these things got deleted. This credit score jumped up, right? So now let's talk about the process of how to create your own specific letter based on the laws, based on the things that Experian, TransUnion, Equifax violated. Now what you want to do is go to ChatGPT, right? As you can see right here, based on these laws, right? Does it look like Experian, TransUnion, Equifax are abiding by them? I have an attachment, and here are the laws, right? And that's what you really want to say. You're going to basically copy and paste. Now you can put actual specific laws, but I want to make sure ChatGPT understand what I'm talking about, right? Because we ain't letting Experian, we ain't letting TransUnion, we ain't letting Equifax off the hook, right? So as you can see, thank you for sharing this image and the relevant Fair Credit Reporting Act laws based on your provided data and screenshot. There are several potential violation or compliance concerns with Equifax, Experian, TransUnion regarding the accuracy, verification, and reporting period rules under the Fair Credit Reporting Act. Let's break it down based on the laws you cited, right? So 15 USC 1681 EB, maximum possible accuracy. Potential, a consumer reporting agency shall follow reasonable procedure to ensure maximum possible accuracy, right? Potential violation, inconsistent balances reported. Equifax reports this, Experian and TransUnion reports this, right? A charge-off balance should be consistent across all 3 bureaus if accurate and verified. Inconsistent high credit, Equifax reports this. Experian, TransUnion report this. Inconsistent data of last payment. All right, this is crucial. This is critical data point for calculating reporting periods if it's accurate. It affects the entire 7-year reporting window, like I said before, right? So if that's inaccurate, that messes up the 7-year reporting window, which is a violation of the Fair Credit Reporting Act, right? Monthly payment report as 0. Yet the account was originally an installment auto loan. This should show the original terms or indicate that it's charged off, not simply $0, right? So number 2, A5, deletion of inaccurate, unverifiable information, right? So this right here, it breaks it down, and then the 7-year reporting window, As you can see, it breaks it down. The date of first delinquency appears to be around this, and per Equifax or even Experience shows this specific date. Added 180 days, July to December 2019. All right, this account should fall off around mid-late 2026, which they are still reported as of June 2025, right? However, the inconsistent date last active and date last payment may improperly reset the timeline. That could be a violation, right? And this is a big violation because if the account stays on your report longer than it's supposed to be, guess what? Now it's affecting your credit score, which is affecting your life. And you can sue on this. Now, I'm not a lawyer, but you can talk to a lawyer, all right? S-2A1AB, furnishing of the information with knowledge of errors. A furnisher cannot report data if it knows or has reason to believe is inaccurate. And bam, these specific laws. All right, so what can you do? Now, here's what you can do now. So what you're going to tell ChatGPT, based on the violations and the laws that they've broken, I want you to request Experian, TransUnion, Equifax to remove these accounts from my report. And you want to tell them to create a letter based off that. You're going to create a specific letter, right, to Experian, to TransUnion, Equifax, right? And it's going to create a letter for you. Formal demand for deletion. Due to the above stated violation, I demand the immediate deletion of this account from my credit reports. All right. So you will create this letter right here, or it'll create it for you. You'll copy it, put it on a Google Doc, all right, or a Word document, right? And then from there, what you want to do is, all right, delete the other parts of this because we ain't worried about that. And necessarily your name, all right, sign it. And then from there, you're going to have 3 personalized letter. Going to have one for Experian, one for TransUnion, one for Equifax. Make sure you add, let's talk about it. Make sure you add your 3 forms of identification, right? And you can also get this letter notarized as well to, increase the, as I can say, because Experian, TransUnion, Equifax, like say you sound like a credit repair company and things like that. So it's going to help increase this. And you can get, if you want to, you can tell ChatGPT, put a section for me to get it notarized. You don't have to do this part, but it helps, all right? And everything that helps increase your chances of getting the item removed from your report, all right? You want to make sure that they actually received the letter and that you have a copy of the tracking tool. So if you need to, you can leverage that to help you, all right? All right, now that you have the information and the process to use to knock the credit bureaus out, if you want to learn how to get access to a $20,000 credit card, even with bad credit, watch this video out here. I'm going to break it down step by step by step.